Hey, you mindful planners, Rachel here and ready for March. I don't know about you, but for me, the very last monthly layout for a bullet journal is always sentimental because it's the end of another journey. It's kind of sad leaving something behind that I've worked so hard on, but I'm really excited to start a brand new bullet journal for next month. That said, March overall brings many exciting things for planning mindfully. It's my very first convention. I'm going to PlannerCon. And also the release of my very first published workbook later in March. By the way, if that information is completely brand new to you, no worries. Of course, I will create a video very shortly about that in detail. For March, I went with a plant theme. Personally, I'm very sick of winter and I'm ready to see a little green. We just celebrated my kid's 10th snow day from school. I've been raised in Minnesota, and I can say pretty confidently that this does not happen. It's like snowpocalypse. I don't know why I even ad-libbed that. This video will be focusing on the monthly layouts, so that means the cover page, the calendar, and the monthly trackers. And make sure to subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell because next week I will be releasing another video with my March weekly layout. And you definitely do not want to miss that. So, ready, set, plan with me March. Ding. I don't know. I'm pretty sure the cover page is always my favorite layout of any monthly spread because there are no rules to what you can create. I chose more of a minimalist setup this month by drawing out plant doodles outside of an invisible square border in the middle of the page. You'll see that everything has been laid out in pencil already, and this is to help me avoid mistakes while setting up. If you'd like to know what the big deal is about setting up rough drafts of your bullet journal spreads, make sure to check out the corresponding blog post in the description box. I used a Faber-Castell fine liner size medium for the plant doodles with less detail, as well as the lettering for March. For the finer details, I used an extra small fine liner. Plants are just so great to doodle because, as you can see, they aren't very challenging to draw. I got most of my inspiration from many different types of plant doodles on Pinterest, and most consist of very simple shapes with just very minor variations. I actually waffled with the idea of adding color to the plants, but I decided to keep them black and white. What do you think? Should I color them in later, or should I keep the cover page this way? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. For the March monthly calendar spread, I went with a traditional layout for the calendar setup. Moving back to a month with a full 31 days meant I had to take full advantage of the entire spread. I used a Faber-Castell size small and a 6-inch ruler to draw out the calendar. Then I lettered out March and I filled in the empty space with the same Faber-Castell pen. And to finish out this bullet journal layout, I kept a similar appearance to the cover page by drawing similar black and white plant doodles around the edges of the calendar. I definitely see the advantage to doing minimalist layouts in your bullet journal if you don't have a lot of time but still like a little bit of art. Personally, it was fun to vary a bit from my traditional layouts that are full of color, but I promise you'll actually see a lot more color in my next couple of spreads. Now for the habit tracker. I created the box that will house where I track my monthly habits with the small Faber-Castell pen. Then I used the same pen to draw in the fancy hand lettering for March. Fancy. I have to admit, it was actually pretty fun to do a little bit more of a simple hand lettering for this spread. I think it gives it a touch of elegance, don't you think? And I also used my fine liner to draw out the cute plant hanger doodle. On the bottom of the tracker box, I added a few more types of potted plants for a fun look that deviated a bit from the previous two layouts. I drew out the lines that I'll use for labeling my monthly habits as well as some other important details like dates. Now that I've completed the shell, doodles, and hand lettering, it's time for some color. I used my favorite Tombow dual brush pens for the plants and pots. I missed color. For my last trick, I added in the habits that I plan to track for the month. Do you tend to track the same habits every month, or do you change them up a bit? For the most part though, my selections are the same. Sometimes I'll add or remove a habit every month. It really depends. Now the mood tracker. I decided this month I wanted to have a little fun with this tracker. So first I doodled all of the pots with a size medium Faber-Castell. Any theories on how I'm going to use this tracker? More on that in a little bit. I did the calligraphy on the bottom below with one of my brand new Tombow Fudenosuke brush pens. I just got this rainbow brush pen set from Tombow directly. Did you know that I'm one of Tombow's newest brand ambassadors? I cannot wait to share more of their amazing products with you in future videos. I colored in the pots with various shades of neutral Tombow dual brush pens. So if you thought that I would be creating different types of plant doodles to represent my mood, you are correct. I decided that I would draw out different types of simple plant doodles that will represent different moods. And make sure to follow me on Instagram to see updates on this super cool mood tracker setup and how it turns out. On to the goal tracker. I decided my February goal tracker wasn't quite right. It was a little convoluted, as I said last month. So this month I'm creating mini calendar-sized trackers to track my goals for the month. What I like about these little calendar-sized trackers is they're just so simple to create, so that's a huge bonus. And last, I created the doodles and hand lettering with my trusty size small Faber-Castell pen. I seriously love this pen for everything. It is amazing. Last, I colored in the doodles with my Tombow dual brush pens, and I used a green Fudenosuke hard tip brush pen to add some pizzazz to the letters, as well as create separation between the calendars. Last but not least, for my monthly trackers, my time tracker, one of my favorite spreads to have on hand. Not sure what a time tracker is? Then make sure to check out my bullet journal Q&A to learn what they are and why I love them so much in my bullet journal. Again, I relied on my size small Faber-Castell to create literally everything on the spread, from the doodles, lettering, borders, and dates. I did use the extra small pen to add some separation between the dates in the middle of the spread. After filling out everything in pen, I colored in the plants with my Tombow dual brush pens. By the way, what do you think of the quote on the right? I always love a good quote that represents my theme for each month. This month though, I decided not to create it on video to help keep the video shorter. Please let me know if you like the video without drawing the quote, or if you'd like me to add it back into my next Plan With Me video. There you have it for my monthly layout for March 2019. The plant theme was super easy. I really loved it. Not to mention, there's just tons of inspiration for plants all over Instagram and Pinterest. I actually rate it 10 out of 10 so far because it's just so easy and you can do so many different kinds of things with plant theme. Minimalist, you can do artsy, you can do watercolor. It doesn't matter. From beginner to advanced, there's an option for everybody. But my rating is 10 out of 10 so far because you'll have to come back next week to see my weekly layouts to get the final rating on what I really think of the plant theme. And make sure to subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell so you can watch that video as soon as it is posted. For now, I am getting ready to leave for PlannerCon 2019 in San Francisco. Make sure to follow me on Instagram to see my stories on all things PlannerCon like you were there yourself. And as always, any blog posts, stationery supplies, mentions, and more will all be found in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching and have fun planning mindfully. Bye. Not feeling it. A dear, a fee. Yes, I know that's not the lyrics to the song. Yes, I know that went out of rhythm. Yes, I'm singing this so wrong. Like I've got this like weird secretary vibe thing going on with the glasses and the fancy top. Yep. Okay. I'm feeling it. I don't know. I don't know why I chose to sing that. Because I know the video's on. And yes, my husband will probably use that, and I don't know the end of the tune of this song.